Hello everybody, it's David McIntire, Brunswick County's Emergency Management Director, coming to you on Friday afternoon, reinforcing some steps on preparedness for the winter weather that we're expected to experience over the weekend. I want to assure you that Brunswick County is planning well in advance to ensure that our residents are safe. But we do want to touch on a couple expectations in the weather, as well as some safety things, safety items for you to take into consideration as you prepare. So we'll start out with the fact of what to expect. We're working closely with the National Weather Service in their forecast. We're meeting with them twice a day, sometimes even more. But they're still calling for extreme cold weather. We're talking life-threatening coldness with the wind chill factors figured in. Saturday night and Sunday night, we're looking at temperatures in the single digits, even possibly as low as 0, and maybe even some isolated cases where we're a negative wind chill factor. Those temperatures are dangerous and life-threatening, so we want to make sure everybody stays safe. The amount of snow, it's almost guaranteed that we're going to see snow. The question is how much. A lot of it's just like thunderstorms, etc., that come into play in our tropical weather events, where those bands set up. We can see a couple inches all the way up to some of the higher forecasts nearing a foot of snow. It will just strictly rely on where that sets up. The winds are going to be extremely high. We're going to see winds starting out tomorrow in that 25 to 35 mile an hour range, with them increasing overnight, and then they'll start waning off Sunday and into the beginning of the week. However, with the high winds, cold temperatures, and the amount of snow that we're going to get, conditions are going to be extremely bad for you to be out on the road. We want to ensure that everybody is safe. Some of the other pieces that we're worried about is the people using generators and auxiliary heating sources. We want to make sure that you're using those according to the manufacturer's specifications, making sure that you're keeping them away from loose items like curtains and rugs, etc., so that it lessens the chance of a fire. Also making sure that you're not using open flames in your house except for in approved devices. Generators, as we preach during hurricane season, we want to make sure that you're using those in well ventilated areas outside of your home to ensure that carbon monoxide doesn't build up. And we also encourage you to use generators at the appropriate size. Don't overload your generator. There's a possibility that we could see power outages, so we want to make sure that you are prepared for those in the event that they occur for any extended period of time. So we want to make sure, just like we always encourage you to do, is be prepared. Have food and water. Once again, the gallon of water per day comes into play. Make sure your food is something that you can eat and that may not have to be prepared over a flame. Make sure it's non-perishable. Make sure that you have batteries for flashlights, extra clothes, extra dry clothes, blankets, items like that to help you layer up in your preparedness for if you have to go outside, or if you lose your power and lose your heating source for a short period of time. Those type of items are things that we ask each and every member of our community to do. In addition to that, we're asking you to stay off the road as much as possible. If you don't have to go anywhere, we're encouraging you to stay home. Our public safety departments, the sheriff's office, local municipalities, their police departments, fire departments, public utilities, etc., they're all out trying to respond to calls for service, and the less we can put the impacts to our roads, because they are going to become dangerous and slick and wet over time. The less that you're out there, the better it is. So being prepared with your supplies in the event that being prepared with your supplies is one great step for you and your preparedness for the winter event. Staying alert on current statuses of that weather, listening to local radio stations, tuning in to your local reputable news outlets. If you have internet connection and you can get into the Brunswick County websites, we will be sharing that same information on our websites, as well as reaching out on things like this and social media to keep everybody updated of current events. So in conclusion, I just want to reiterate, this is a dangerous storm for us. We have not seen this type of snow and cold in a very long time, in some cases well over 35 years. Some people that live here in the county didn't even experience it the last time we were here. One, they may not have lived here. Two, they may not be old enough to experience it, but this is something we don't see every year. So we want to make sure that everybody remains safe. Be prepared, get your supplies today. Today's the day. If you need something, go get it. If you need to make other plans for to be warm at night, today's the day to make those plans. We do have some partners that we work with that are offering shelter operations or warming center operations rather. So if you need that information, you can reach out to us and we'll be glad to connect you with those services. In the end, be prepared, be ready to act, and most of all, stay warm and safe.